Real Madrid won, Sevilla nil. And the scoreline today doesn't tell you the full picture because the way Sevilla came out there today, they played their hearts out. And for us to walk away with 3 points, we're very fortunate because they should have at least, by the very least, gotten a draw against us. During the second half, when they made their substitutions, when Alexis Sanchez came on, Ejukuku came on, and another forward came on as well, they came gun ho against us, blasting. And today, a man that was very vocal in the last game that he came on as a substitute, Kylian Mbappe, ends up starting today because he's not the first string attacker, he's not the second, he's not the third, and he's definitely not the fourth. So he came today and started in the lineup, and it's just the same old when it comes to Vini and Mbappe, the duo that they have. Because at one end, Vini performed today, and at the other end, Mbappe, he's just trying too many tricks and flicks in unnecessary positions. And although Vini got his goal today, he played really well. There was two instances from each player where Vini got to the ball by the byline. He could have passed it to Mbappe, and he did. And Mbappe ends up shooting it over. And then on the other end, Mbappe gets a chance. He's in on goal. He loads up his shot, waits too long to actually shoot it, and the defender gets it. In that same instance, he could have just laid the ball to Vini as well to have a tap in. And it just shows the chemistry with these two players, Vini and Mbappe. And with Jose Mourinho coming into the side, I don't know how he's gonna fix this. It has been 2 seasons now where Vini Mbappe has not worked out. Probably one of the best man managers in the world, Carlo Ancelotti, couldn't solve the puzzle for this piece. And you throw in Xabi Alonso, who tried to figure out something as well, but he couldn't do it. And Jose Mourinho is a very polarizing man. Either he can, we already have a fire in Madrid, and there's two ways this can go about. He can shut out the fire, or he can turn into a wildfire. And I like to describe Jose Mourinho as a wild card because you don't know what you're going to get out of him. And within the last 10 seasons, what really has he won besides the Roma Europa League and, getting into the final with Tottenham and getting another and staying undefeated against Benfica? He hasn't been the same man that he was when he first came to Real Madrid back in 2011, 2012 when he won the league with us with 100 points. So I'm very skeptical on this Jose Mourinho signing on how it will get these two players, Mbappe and Vini, to work because we know with the ego that Jose Mourinho has. So one person will have to, accept their position, accept who they are for the betterment of the team. And I'm not the coach. So whether Jose Mourinho can do or not, I guess I'll be here for the next season to see it. So let me know what you guys think about that. But on to Vinny today. I believe he had a very good game up until he got substituted off with I think a slight bruise or maybe an injury, but he created chances for us, created one chance in an instance where he laid it to Mbappe, gets under and just skies it. And another one where it was a lofted ball in the air by I believe Carvajal. Mbappe chested it down, trying to go for the shot himself, but then the defender ends up putting his toe on it, and it's laid beautifully on the path for Vini to just come home and slot it into the net. And he did that first time shot. And another instance where Vinny got the ball, he ends up getting the ball from left wing, cuts in one way, like he thinks he's about to shoot. Then he cuts in again, takes two of the defenders out the equation, tries sending it across, but it ends up getting blocked. Then he gets the ball again and hits it finesse wide. But he was so close to getting two. He was so close to getting two on the night, and I feel sorry for some players like Gonzalo Garcia where they can perform so well every week, get the opportunities to play and start, but due to the way this team is built, to the way this team is structured, he has to be sacrificed every single time, and he adds he adds different elements to this team. And when he came on, we started sending the ball in the air through crosses. There was one opportunity where Carvajal laid the ball in the air, and it was Mbappe and him running in behind to get it. Mbappe was offside, and he still touched the ball. If Mbappe hadn't touched the ball, it would have been laid perfectly for Gonzalo Garcia to hit it first time. And he should have shouted Mbappe, don't touch the ball, just leave it. Because, first of all, you're already offside. You're not in a good position to actually strike it first time, and he's right behind him. You can see the whole play. Tell him to move out the way and take a shot. But that's just how it is here at Real Madrid. And On to the second half. Once they brought on their substitutes, we the game became real open. We got pinned back, and it became almost like a basketball game, one end to the other, one end to the end. And the amount of chances that they had today, the Courtois had to pull out saves and even missed chances by Alexis Sanchez. Maybe in his prime when he was back at Barcelona, uh, early Man United days, Arsenal days, at the peak of his powers, he would have finished that. And also him today too. If he just left that ball and let it go for Akor, he would have scored as well. And they just bossed up the midfield in the second half, and we had really no answer, no questions for them. And one player for Sevilla that played brilliant today was Oso. He came out, he was the brightest light for them, and he created so many opportunities, and probably unlucky to walk away with zero GA, walk away with no goal, or at least walk away with his team getting a tie on the night. And then a few performers from Real Madrid. I felt like Chouameni really didn't do anything wrong in this game. Jude Bellingham, what we know he adds is, attacking threat and also very solid defensively as well. He's an engine in the midfield and what we've been missing for a huge portion of the season. And other players like Dean Huijsen, he's been a little bit shaky of late this whole season, and he is in the preliminary squad for Spain, but will he be able to go to the World Cup? Because these few performances that he's had lately, where it's like he's not really sharp, maybe he's still nervous and not really on it. And in fairness to him, he's still young. Well, at least like 19 or 20 years old. He still has a lot to learn, and it's not his fault because the amount of backline changes that's happened this season, it's never consistent. He can never get 5 games where he's with one center back, one fullback that's all the same, and that's what's needed for consistency when it comes to center backs. You see the duo of Pacho, Pacho and Marquinhos. They're a duo that's stuck with the whole season and can play with other people as well. They haven't really had that many different lineups. Saliba and Gabriel, they form together perfectly. And when it comes to young defenders, they need a senior man next to them that will help them develop, help them grow. Like the likes of, I would say, Inigo Martinez when he was at Barcelona 2 years ago with Pau Cubarsi. Those two relationships work brilliantly because Kubarsi had someone to learn off, and Inigo can take the leadership, and that's what's needed for any center back pairing. You can't put two youngsters as center backs, or at least one of them has to be a natural leader and boss up. And that's what I feel like is missing with Real Madrid because Alaba has been injured consistently, Rudiger constantly injured, Militao constantly injured. So Hoyset doesn't really have a a reliable center back that can partner with him consistently game in and game out. But all in all, it is still the same story every time from Real Madrid, just giving the upper foot to these lesser teams coming to at us that like we play so timid. We just let them boss up the midfield and do whatever they want with us. And definitely Jose Mourinho may be able to change this next season, but I'm just ready for next season for all this to end. But yeah, until next game, there's not really more to comment on. And if you enjoy what you heard, it's been Mohammed Bin Sports, MBS. And until next time, take care.